YouTube, Kurt Curtis. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've never actually done a video like this before, but I do talk about my eBay store, my eBay business a lot on here, and I figured I wanted to dive a little deeper into that. I primarily sell cards these days and mostly wrestling cards, but I do sell other cards as well. So I'm going to show you guys some eBay orders that sold and talk about that and talk about how I go about doing things, talk about how I schedule things out and how I'm able to do what I am doing. I know I've mentioned it before, but recently, about a little over a month ago at this point, I switched jobs. The main reason for the job switch was to free up my schedule so have more time to work on stuff that I like to work on, like eBay and YouTube and stuff like that. So back when I was working a full-time job, I was not getting paid a lot, and I had very little time, basically like 1 day a week, to do all my eBay stuff. My store pretty much tanked, completely tanked. I was still selling stuff every day, but I'm trying to get back on track to building it up again, where it's actually generates like a decent amount of money. I'm not quite there yet. Obviously, it's only been a month, but I'm definitely working towards that. And yeah, basically now it's a little odd of a schedule, but it does work for me. I'm basically working a part-time job, and I work like super early morning or super late night, however you want to consider it. I usually work around 3 a.m., give or take an hour, to around like 8:30, 9:30-ish, that range. So I am working part-time hours, but the part-time job I do have pays more than the full-time job that I had. Plus, it's a unique situation where I get overtime after 5 hours. There's no like set start time and end time, so you get different hours depending on how the day goes. And if I worked for more than 5 hours, I'm getting overtime. So I'm making way more money at my regular job working this part-time job than I was working 40 hours a week full-time at the previous job I had. So this was a good change. However, the best part of all this is because I work early in the morning, I get home, I have a lot of time to work on my eBay store and YouTube and whatever I want to do, which I didn't have before. And that's the main reason for the switch, is to free up time to do stuff that I actually like to do. Also, this part-time job I have provides insurance for a part-time job, which is crazy. And I'm also still working 1 day a week at my old job, so I haven't completely left there yet. So I am technically working 6 days a week at like a regular job, but it still gives me plenty of time to work on my eBay store and stuff that I like to do. I kind of got a busy day today, but first up, I'm going to show you guys some of the eBay items that sold. All right, so this is everything that has sold in the last 24 hours. This is not like 2 or 3 days built up worth of stuff. If you're waiting 2 or 3 days to ship your stuff on eBay, it's probably not a good idea. People are very impatient these days. So this is everything just from the last 24 hours. And of course, I sold a lot of low-end cards. And I just want to show you guys this example because I always talk about how base cards and low-end cards sell. And this stuff does add up. So yeah, I sold this DX card. This sold for $279. I had one person pick up an Al Snow and Jamie Noble card. Like, what a weird combo. So this is probably a set collector. The total for this was $378. Love it when people buy multiple cards. It saves me on shipping and supplies and all that kind of stuff. Bench warmer card sold for $1.55. It's not just with wrestling cards, guys. If there's women on cards, it sells better. Even with like a Marvel and stuff like that. These bench warmer cards have been selling for me for like a long time now, and I still have some going out. $1.55 is my minimum, like the lowest I'll sell a card for at this point. I used to be $1.49, but I just had to raise it because the cost of eBay standard envelope went up kind of recently. I had one person pick up 2 of these Punisher War Journal cards for $1.55 a piece. That person's total was $310 for the 2 cards. This is an example of how the stuff adds up. I bought like 500 Marvel cards for like $15 a long time ago, and they're still selling. Like, just these 2 cards got me $3, and I had 499 more cards. Been in the profit for that for a very long time. One person picked up this Yokozuna 2014 Chrome insert, and also a Triple H in China. This is 1999 Comic Images card. The Yoko was $1.99. The Triple H in China card sold for $2.99. So that's nice there. Another bench warmer card sold for $1.55. Shawn Michaels Chronicles Classic base card sold for $1.55. And then this Dude Love 22 Chronicles card sold for $1.79. So that's like the low end stuff. That's just within the last 24 hours. So I'm telling you guys, like, low end stuff like that, most people like throw out or like think it's nothing. Like, people do buy it. Sold a DVD for $6.99. These days I'm more focused on cards, but I do still have a bunch of stuff in my eBay store that isn't cards that still sells off. On a typical day, I sell mostly all cards and maybe like one or two other random items. Although I do still have a bunch of really good DVDs I do need to list, but it's not a priority. Sold some like higher end cards here. So this person bought these two Divas cards. The Stacy Keibler card sold for $19.99. And then this Ivory sold for $1.69. So that person's total for the two cards was $21.68. This is why I pick up those Divas sets at the card shows when I see them. Because if you look at this card, you probably wouldn't think it's a $20 card, but it is. Yeah, especially Stacy Keibler, sometimes Tori Wilson, some of the bigger names can sell for a decent amount, even just the base cards. Because this is from like, I mean, this is an old card, 2003. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I picked those up. I had two really big sales. On a normal day, I don't have these type of sales. Like a normal day, this probably would have been like a regular day, but I had two big sales. This Umbreon Pokemon card sold for $149.99. Unfortunately, this is not mine. I really don't do consignment these days, except for my dad. However, I work with this older lady who sells on eBay, but I don't think has sold on it for a while or used to sell on eBay and knows nothing about Pokemon cards. And she gave me 6 cards to sell for her. So I did that. And this one was actually a pretty valuable one. So I did sell that for her. I'm not sure what I usually do 50-50 when I do consignment, even though these days it's just for my dad. I don't like to do consignment. Like I said, I haven't really discussed with her. Like I don't care just giving her the money, but I know she's not going to accept that and she's going to make me take something. So we'll see how that goes, but that's a really good sale there. And also, I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video, but recently I posted a PSA return video, and this Tony Storm Turn Up the Heat Auto PSA 9 ended up selling for $200, which is pretty crazy. I didn't know how to comp this card. There's very little info. I saw a green Tony Storm Auto numbered to 10 sell for a little over $200. So I think that's a way better card than this. And this kind of sold for almost the same price. So I think it's a fair price for the card. I do know someone has this listed in like a CSG or CGC 10 for like $400. They're not going to get that for a Tony Storm card that's not numbered. So I decided to go with $200 and it's sold. So that was a really good sale there. And that is everything that I have going out today. I'm going to pack this stuff up. So when I get home from work, I take a shower, come in my eBay room. This is just a spare bedroom. I'd show you, but it's kind of still a mess. I'm still trying to organize it since switching jobs. And then I pack up my orders and then I start listing. And usually, or how I'm doing it right now, is I'm photographing like 100 cards at a time, and then I'm listing. And that doesn't necessarily mean it all gets done in a day, depending on what I have going on for the day. But these are my cards like on cue. Like I kind of mix it up a little bit. It's not the most efficient way, but I get bored sometimes listing the same type of cards. So I got, these are all 2014 Chrome cards. Got a Bray, there's a Bray rookie in there. So there's some good cards in there. Those are all just base cards. And then just random stuff, some baseball that I had from a while ago. Some more of these 2014 Chrome inserts. Some random cards. I got some Pokemon that I got from that, bunch of Pokemon cards that I got from that haul. Then over here, we got some like Chronicles base. And then I had Ivy Nile and a break, so I got like 7 copies of that. Some Revolution base. Some random Garbage Pail Kids cards that someone sent me for free with an order or something. You know, got some higher end cards over here, like some autos, Bailey, some page cards numbered. So, you know, Chronicles, parallels and stuff. So that's all the stuff that I have on deck. Once this stuff gets listed, however long it takes, then I'll photograph another 100 cards and repeat the process. It's easy for me to get up to 100 cards because I buy a lot of complete sets at the card shows. And, you know, a lot of sets are 100 cards, so like a 1 set could take up that whole space. But yeah, let me get this stuff packed up. And then normally I would just start listing at this point. However, today I'm going to be changing it up because I'm actually going to be going to half-price books. I have, for the card show coming up this weekend, I want to bring some extra cash. And I have a bunch of stuff that is either not worth me listing or I don't want to deal with anymore, or it's just literally just been stuff that's been sitting in this room for like 2+ years that I'm just not going to end up listing, or there's like an issue with, I don't know. I'm going to see. The Half Price Books location that I go to is usually pretty good. I've gotten, for like a big bag of stuff, I've gotten close to $50 before. I've gotten close to $30 before. However, at a different location, I've brought the same amount of stuff and gotten $4. It depends on what the items are and if the store needs them. If you got good items and the store has too many of them, they're probably not going to pay up for it. But if it's a good item and they need it, so, you know, that'll be interesting. So I'll see how that goes as well. And I'll let you guys know how much I get from that. So as far as shipping the lower end cards via eBay standard envelope, you just use a regular envelope. I have these eBay ones because I have an eBay store and I get a coupon every quarter to buy shipping supplies, and I didn't need anything really, so I just picked up these envelopes. But I have thousands and thousands of regular envelopes that I've picked up at thrift stores along the way, so I never really run out of those. But yeah, I put my card in a penny sleeve and a top loader, and I put it in a team bag, and then it just slides into the envelope. You don't need cardboard, extra cardboard, bubble wrap. You don't need any of that. The top loader is not going to bend. Air conditioner just went on. You just peel this off, stick it, slap the label on it. I got a thermal printer and it's good to go. It doesn't take long at all. Now for this order, this person picked up 2 cards and it did go over $20, so it does not qualify for eBay standard envelope. So I have these, once again, which I got with my eBay store coupon. The store coupon's basically free. So these are little like thin, kind of sturdier cardboard mailers. And these are fine for shipping like a single card, or the most I do is 2 cards. And I'll just slide them in like that. And then they will ship Ground Advantage. This thing just seals shut. I put a little piece of tape over it. Ships Ground Advantage. It works for, you know, 1 card, 2. Probably not good for like thicker cards and stuff like that. But yeah, easy enough. And last up, I have the Tony Storm slab. So I'm not messing around with a $200 order. This thing is going in a box. I'm not saying this is the best size to use. It's just what I have. I don't really sell a ton of slabs. If I do get to that point, I might try to find the exact box that will work best. But this is an 8x6x4 box, once again, from my eBay shipping supply store coupon that I get for free for having a eBay store. Put some packing paper on the bottom, bubble wrapped the slab, and I will put some more packing paper on top. I will shake it to make sure nothing moves, just tape it up, and I'm good to go. So this is everything packed up. Here's all the lower end eBay standard envelope orders. Got the slab in the box, the DVD, and the 2 other higher end card orders that fit in those. One thing I did forget to say that I will mention, like I'm shipping this Tony Storm slab priority mail. It cost me a few extra dollars shipping, but the customer is going to get it very quickly. And it just, if someone spends that kind of money on a card, I want them to get it quickly. I don't want them to be waiting like a week with Ground Advantage and stuff like that. Also with the Pokemon card that sold, basically if the card sells for over $100, I'm going to ship it priority mail. Also with the slab, guys, you can ship slabs in these as long as you bubble wrap them good. And I have done it and I've had no problems with it in the past. I'm just saying for like, you know, an expensive one like that, I'm going to ship it in a box. But if it was like a $40, $50 slab, you could ship it like this as long as you bubble wrap it fine and all that. So I'm not saying you have to ship all of them in boxes, but that's just what I chose to do with that specific order. Now, normally I wouldn't actually drop this stuff at the post office until the next day. I usually stop at my post office before I go to work. So I'm rolling up to the post office at like, you know, 2 in the morning-ish, sometimes earlier. And the lobby is open 24 hours and they have drop boxes. You can scan with the kiosk they have. You can scan the tracking number. These do not get scanned. The eBay standard envelope doesn't get scanned. The tracking on these things is wonky. But this stuff I can all scan and I drop it in. And then so it gets packed up today. It ships out early tomorrow. And that's just how I do it because I'm already going out. I'm not trying to make 2 trips out. If I'm leaving the house to go to work, I stop at the post office first and then go to work. Or if I just go to work, come back, then I pack this up, have to go out, come back. I don't know, it's just easier for me. However, today, since I'm going to Half Price Books, I'm going to be passing the post office anyway. I'm just going to ship this stuff out today and then not have to do it tomorrow morning. But normally, if I didn't have like an errand to run or something like that, then this would go out the next day. I'll probably go more into this on a different video, but I'll just give you guys a quick little, I don't know, briefing on how I store my cards. I have these boxes. They're 10 rows. I think these are called like penthouse boxes. And these things slide out. And I have 2 more of these in the closet over there. And so I have 3 right now. And yeah, these are labeled. So this is B, and this would be B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. They're not actually labeled, but I'm the only one who has to know it. So I know this is B1. So in the custom SKU on eBay, like let's say, and all these are organized by set. So this is Revolution 23. This is Select 23. This is AEW Metal. This is Allure. This is AEW 2023. It's basically how the sets have come out. And this is Elite, and then this is Chronicles, and then this one will be 24 Prism when it comes out. That's just how I'm doing it with the wrestling cards, since I get a bunch of them. And then, yeah, say I sell a card and it's in B2 and it's card 47 and it's a parallel. I open this up. I have base cards in the back. These are, I think, the blaster base cards, so those are separate, and then any kind of parallels up front. I keep, this is very important, I think this helps a lot, I keep the cards backwards. So you can see the numbers, so you don't have to flip the cards around. I just flip through, say I'm looking for card 47, boom, 47, Alundra Blaze, pull it out. It doesn't take long at all. If it's, you know, B4, base card whatever, pull this out, got the base cards in the back, pull it out. And I use these card savers for either chrome cards or like the higher end, or at least parallels and stuff. But for instance, like Revolution, I have this in here to kind of keep the cards out. Revolution base cards, they're not chrome, they're just in penny sleeves back there in their own order with the base cards in the back. And this is AEW 2023. I got the base cards in the back, just in penny sleeves. So that's kind of how I go about doing that. These are organized by set, but as you can see, a lot of these drawers aren't really full because, you know, I didn't really get a lot of Donruss Elite, so those are parallels and that's the back. So I am probably going to come back, like, as new sets come out, like, make my way back around. But in the other boxes, it's not necessarily like that. Like, I might have, you know, Pokemon, so I'll have a little tab that says Pokemon, so I know Pokemon's right there. And then I might have like Bench Warmer behind that, so I'll have a tab Bench Warmer. And then I might have like a TNA wrestling set behind that, so I might have like 3-4 sets in here, and I just have them with little post-it notes saying what it is. So if I'm looking for the TNA wrestling card 2012 card 42, I just go to that tab and go to card 42 and just grab it. It's been working out pretty good for me. I love these storage boxes. I forgot to mention, guys, too, that I don't ship the cards in the card savers. As you can see, when I did shipping, I just use those to store them, and I reuse them. So if the card sells, I take it out of the card saver, ship it in a top loader, and then I reuse the card saver. The card savers are for cards, like a little bit more valuable cards and stuff, like parallels and stuff like that. I don't want those cards just in penny sleeves and boxes. And also, you can fit a lot more cards in these with the card savers rather than the top loaders. I think I can fit with card savers. Obviously, it depends on the type of card. Like chrome cards will be a tad bit thicker, but I think it's around 250 cards. Like if these things were jam-packed full. Like this is my 2023 Prism, and this thing is jam-packed. Fit around 250 cards, so in 10 rows you got like 2,500 cards. So just in these two boxes could probably fit around 5,000 cards. At the other box I got 7,500 cards. Just in that small space, you know, you can fit that many cards. This one down here is actually a little bit smaller than these. This was the original one I got. This is for top loader cards. These are taller. They can fit slabs and they can fit the card savers. I ended up getting these after. I like the option with these because I can fit cards in penny sleeves, thicker cards that go in top loaders that don't go in card savers. I could fit in these. I could fit slabs. I could fit anything I want in these. Where the smaller ones you're limited to. You can't fit the card savers or slabs or anything like that. So yeah, but I have I fit more of my kind of base stuff in here. Like for instance, this box. I do have some in top loaders here, but you know, I got 2010 Topps Platinum, Skeleton Warriors. This is random basketball cards. These are Women of the World cards. So like all kind of stuff like that. Here, there's no top loaders in these. Action pack cards. 2017 Undisputed. Now these are a little bit thicker cards. They ship in 55-point top loaders, so that's why I don't have them in here, top loaded in here. I'm just careful with it. And then back here, looks like some AEW, and then some NXT. So I have all kinds of stuff going on. But yeah, I definitely like the bigger ones a little bit better. They take up a tad bit more space, but you have all the options on however you want to do it. But yeah, at this point, guys, I would pretty much just start listing cards. And like I mentioned earlier, I have these all ready to go to start listing. And there's nothing really to it. I mean, I've been listing cards for a while. I have a process down. It doesn't really take me that long. Sometimes I like to have like a whatnot show or a YouTube video or Spotify podcast or music going. But I do notice when I have other stuff going on, playing in the background, I definitely go a lot slower. So sometimes I just dead silent, just list cards. And if I didn't have any cards to list, I would just photograph cards. And I'm not in like a super rush here, guys. This is not like, this is just one source of income that I have coming in. So I'm trying to be efficient with it, but I'm not in like desperation. I got to get X amount of cards listed today type thing. I do take my time with it, but I do try to be efficient as well. But yeah, then that would pretty much be it. I would just do that till about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then I like to read. So I will read for about 45 minutes to an hour until my girlfriend gets home. And then when she comes home, I hang out with her a bit. And then I'm off to bed by like 6, 7 p.m. because I got to wake up early. And that's pretty much how my day goes. I know I've mentioned it before too, but with my eBay store, I take half of the profits that I make and I invest them into dividend stocks. If you're not familiar with dividend stocks, it's companies, boring companies like McDonald's and Apple and Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, companies like that, that they've just been around for so long. They have so much money. The stock is not exciting because it doesn't go up and down all the time like something like Tesla. And they reward their shareholders by paying them dividends every quarter. So if you own X amount of shares of, say, McDonald's stock, you're going to get X amount of money per share per quarter. And it's a really nice passive income. It's with a collectible. You got a collectible and you hold on for it for 10 years. Yeah, it could go up in value. But with like a dividend stock, not only can your stock go up in value, but you get paid just for holding on to it. So you don't have to actually sell the share to make money. And I don't know, man, it's just like a really awesome way to try to like build some kind of wealth in the background. In the past, I would do 100% of my eBay store, but right now I need money for more inventory and stuff like that. So I'm only doing half. And I usually wait till I have about $500, which I just did. So I'm actually going to be purchasing like $500 worth of stocks today as well. Don't always get to do that, so it's always fun to do that. But that's how I fund that, is with the eBay store. So I know when something sells, I know half that money is going towards like an actual investment. Collectibles are investments as well. I'm nothing against it. I have cards that I'm holding on to for the long term, but you know, an actual investment that is paying you along the way. I don't care whether the stock value goes up or down. I'm getting paid regardless. It's pretty nice. So here is my bag of stuff I'm bringing to half price books. So CDs and DVDs and stuff like that, stuff I'd normally sell on my eBay store. And if these were in good condition, I would sell them myself. However, if I'm selling a media item, whether it be a video game, a DVD, or CD, I'm not going to sell it with scratches on it, even if it has a little bit of scratches. I want the disc in pristine condition. And if I don't get it in pristine condition, and let's say that the DVD is worth like 30, 40 bucks, there's a place I can go to get the disc resurfaced for like $1 or $2. But in this case, these are not worth doing that. If the CD or DVD is only worth like 8 to 10 bucks, it's not worth getting it resurfaced. So I don't know what half price books standard is for how scratched this disc is and stuff like that. So they might not take some of it, which is, you know, but I do have a lot of CDs down there. I got a couple books too. I do sell books myself as well, but this was a good one, Chariot of the Gods. It's like talks about aliens and stuff like that. This is the book they were talking about on Ancient Aliens. Also Catcher in the Rye. like a book like this is just so common that if it weighs more than 8 ounces, like I can't compete. I can't sell it for $4 free shipping on eBay, and there's so many sellers selling it for that, so it's just not worth me listing it. And yeah, I got DVDs, CDs, box sets and stuff. I got this Nintendo thing that I've had for like years that I thought I was gonna like maybe keep because I'm gonna play it one day. I've never touched it. Honestly, don't even know if it works. And then a bunch of DVD box sets. They do take collectibles too, like Funko Pops, tarot cards, all kinds of weird stuff. So I'm probably gonna search around and try to fill this bag up completely before I go. If you expect a lot from Half Price Books, you're going to be disappointed. If you go in there, like if I go in and I expect I'm going to get $10 for this, then it's probably like I can only be pleased because it'd probably be more than $10, but I don't know. You never know with them. It's like hit or miss. It's like, we'll give you $2 for all this, or it's like, oh, take $50. So, you know, we'll see. But either way, this stuff is just taking up space. I've had it for years. It's no good for me, and I'll take whatever they're going to give me. And I'll use that money, bring it to the card show to buy some good old-fashioned ass-whooping wrestling cards. All right, guys, just got out of Half Price Books. I ended up getting $27 for the stuff that I brought in. So, I don't know. It is what it is. But I'll take that $27 with me to the card show this weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to be going to my local card show as I go once a month. And that video should be out Sunday or Monday. So, subscribe. Look forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. It would be really nice if Prism had been released already and then we hop up to the card show, but I don't know, it is what it is. Prism should be dropping soon, guys, because on the 30th they sold the first off the line boxes. I don't know how fast they ship those and stuff like that. People somehow tend to get hobby boxes early, so keep an eye out on Whatnot, because there might be some people that get some product early. Should be a lot of fun. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching as always. Until next time.
Trust is a strong word. Hate is the truth, just giving honestly. And all the things